And good morning on this beautiful wet Thursday. We're seeing all the snow finally start to make its way in. Yeah, you can go ahead and pull me up on screen here, so I'm going to walk over here. But overall, looking at your winter advisory so far, you can see we're still under that winter advisory across majority parts across the region. Montague and Wise County, you're in that winter storm warning. But overall, we're seeing the snowfall all across the region of Texoma right now. I know a lot of kids at home are super excited about that. A lot of cancellations have happened. You can find that on our KUZ website. But overall, looking at storm tracker radar so far, you can see lots of snowfall across the region. The light blue colors that you're seeing, that's heavy pockets of snow. And right here in Wichita Falls, especially outside at the here at the station, it is a blanket of snow just across the parkway. It's starting to get on the grass now as well, and it's really coming down the big, wet, fluffy snowflakes. That's the snow that we all love to see. So that's exactly what we're seeing so far. A little bit further down south near Archer City, you're seeing heavy pockets of snow now, but you're still in that kind of transition zone so far with a little bit of mixture. But noticing out there towards the west, you can see those pockets right there. That's the pockets of dry air. So there's no snow falling right there, maybe a little bit north of Seymour. But overall, you're going to continue to start seeing snow later on this morning. Snowfall could start to pick up later on this morning into the afternoon hours. And really, this is an all-day event, folks, as we head into the early evening hours as well. But so far, you can see that dry pocket a little bit towards Knox City and further up north as well near Kroll. But for the most part, as I mentioned, the snow will continue on to the later parts of this morning. We do have Cameron Lindsay in the tracker so far. He's tracking those roads, and he told me they're getting pretty bad. How's it looking so far out there, Cameron?
Yeah, Jaden, the road's looking pretty bad out here. You can see it right there on my feed right now. That's looking right behind the tracker, so it looks a little bit better than it does out ahead of me because I'm paving some tracks. But overall, the roads are very quickly diminishing. Right now I'm on 79 South going towards Archer City. Got some reports of about 1 inch of snow that has fallen there, so we're going to go check it out. But, when I was on the way out there from Wichita Falls, I took a trip down Kemp Boulevard. Kemp is becoming covered in snow. Bridges are also just about completely covered in snow as well. But, we're going to continue onward in the roads. Yeah, very slick. I've had some moments here where I'm slipping inside the vacancy right there. That's just because, trying to follow the paved path, if you will say so. People have already traveled down this road. I've seen two TxDOT trucks coming up 79 North, likely to clear the road to Wichita Falls, plowing the road. But, quickly behind it, the snow is quickly settling back onto it and not really basically reversing course on what the plow just did. So, very, very slick out there, Jaden, especially on our elevated surfaces, ramps, interstates that are elevated, bridges, all in very bad shape right now. So if you have to get to work, I understand. Definitely want to consider taking your time, take some extra time heading out. But if you don't think anywhere, folks, there's no point going out. I hope you stocked up ahead of time. It's just not worth finding these roads right now. Right now I'm at 75. I'm only going 45 right now. Just about as good as you can go in these conditions. So again, if you don't think anywhere, folks, don't try to go anywhere. Don't put any more stress on our first responders. And they're trying their best to keep these roads clear. But with limited supplies and then the heavier rates of snowfall coming down, definitely something that's going to be a factor. So it's going to be hard to keep up with these roads. So Jaden, toss it back to you, and we'll get in Archer City here about the next 5 minutes. See if the reports of 1 inch is true, and I'll let you know, Jaden.
Well, all right, Cameron, definitely be careful out there. It looks like your tires was rubbing on the roads there a little bit. You want to slow down. He's driving like he's in Chicago right now. But overall, looking at your future tracker, you can see this is what we're expecting for the rest of the day today. As I mentioned, we're going to see some lots of snow throughout the day today. You can see this is at 9 a.m., just a white blanket across the entire region of Texoma. The main storm track a little bit further down south, but overall, you can see that little mixture there. That's that pinkish color. Temperatures a little bit warmer there. It's still dropping, though, down towards the DFW Metroplex, but for us across the region of Texoma, especially further up north into central Oklahoma, that is just continuing throughout the entire day. This is 11:30, getting ready to go to lunch. By 4:30, look at that, still a blanket of snow across the region of Texoma. You could occasionally see maybe some mixture, mainly towards the western counties, as you're expected to see a little bit warmer temperatures out there so far. But overall, our high today is going to be 34 degrees, so occasionally we could see that mixture. But once again, overnight lows are going to drop down to the upper 20s, so right back to the snowfall. This is at 5:30 this afternoon. Then watch what happens. 7:30. Our western counties finally gets a break, and then you can see where we've been forecasting the heavier bands of snow further down towards the east a little bit. Maybe Nakona, Bowie, and Jacksboro will get involved with that. That's that light blue color that you're seeing, the heavy bands of snow, and that's going to continue on throughout the night. But noticing we're still seeing flurries here in Wichita Falls, especially further up north into Lawton, Oklahoma, parts of Duncan, Nakona, Bowie, and Jacksboro. As I mentioned, you're expected to see the most snowfall so far, but this will continue overnight into the early morning hours of Friday morning. This is at 6:30. and you can see maybe some flurries across the region before we finally start to clear out. But overall, looking at snowfall amounts, like I mentioned, this could start to change just a little bit. Some parts could see in these heavier bands of snow, but for the most part, we're still looking at 1 to 3 inches out there towards the west, dusting, and as I mentioned as well, further over towards the east, maybe 2 to 5 inches, especially along the Red River there, Nakona, Decatur, Jacksboro. You might get in on that as well. But overall, I hope everyone just has a fun day today. That's what it is. A lot of schools has already canceled. You see how bad those roads are, so just stay inside and maybe make some chili beans, some cornbread. You know how us Texas folks do overall. But looking at your 7-day forecast, overnight lows, like I mentioned, another cold night, the upper 20s. So don't forget the 4 Ps. Go ahead and run your faucets as well as open up the cabinets. Tomorrow, 40 degrees. We'll start to warm back up as we head into the weekend, but only really seeing the upper 40s, the low 50s by Monday. Lots of sunshine heading into next week.